perspective. It's all a matter of what we see, hear, and experience. My point of view, you're an asshole.
And being an asshole is a matter of perspective.
This season on Keystone Copycats, Rashomon. Welcome to Keystone Copycats, Chris and Zach. I, of course, am your host, Zach, and he, of course, is your other baby boy host.
Dr. Barry Kingson.
What?
King's son. I'm the king's son.
Because you're marrying
and
the king's daughter?
I'm marrying the enemy. I'm marrying the king's daughter.
Oh, boy.
That's an inside joke that we're not going to let you on the inside of.
Yeah.
Dear listeners.
Yeah. All right.
End the show. Wrap it up. You know what's sad? Uh-oh. Done. Thanks for listening, listeners. Hey, I'm Zach. And it's the end of the show. I swear to God, I could not remember. We're in the, fifth season? I cannot remember how you start the recap. I think it's, that's the big show ending. But for the life of me, I'm like, I don't know what he says. I have never once listened to the ending of this show.
I'm going to tell you a secret, my friend.
What?
I don't know what I say either. I just read it every time. I don't know what I just read it.
Thank God. I panicked. I knew that it was you. I knew you were Zach, and I started with that.
You know, hang on. You know it was me?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. I didn't. I'm hoping you did stuff this week because I didn't get into a lot. I did.
Went to the dentist.
Threaten Amish people for being scoundrels.
Ooh.
Like, I'm the tattooed one, and yet they're the scoundrels.
The Amish saga continues this week.
Yeah, so because my mustache is getting out of control for everyone who can't see me.
This is the thing.
And
they're treating you poorly because you have a mustache with your beard.
I know, so it's a power move I'm doing to them. I'm growing it real thick and luxurious because they're like, oh, well, we better fuck him on these cabins he's been buying. That'll show him.
I reckon you're not a good man if you've got a mustache with your beard.
Yeah, he didn't call me Mr. Cash, but I was buying a cabin, and I laid it on I was laying out thousands on the table to buy it, and he goes, and the Amish guy says to his son, "That's right, because this one deals in cash." And I'm like, yeah, like, isn't that what you do? What year is this? Do you know about credit?
It reminds me.
It reminds me of. Understand what's happening? I should have put out gold. Is that what they do?
No, I was gonna say it reminds me of when Theon Greyjoy goes home to the Iron Islands, and his father's like, "For those fancy clothes and jewels, did you pay the gold price or the iron price?" And I'm like, oh, fuck.
I didn't know what... Like, I've never been so insulted by having money. Like, I didn't know what to do to rebuttal.
Here's the thing. You got to start going to the Amish with a sword on your belt.
Yeah. You're right. Like, maybe that'll be the warning
That's
shot
the only
needed.
thing. They're like... He's like... Don't worry, son. This man's serious business. We don't meddle with him.
Ah, that's Barry Kingson. Or no, what is it? How do they say it?
I don't know.
This is son of Kings. Son of King.
Oh, okay.
How do they say it?
Okay.
They're like Aragorn, son of Arathorn. I'd be Chris, son of his father.
Okay.
With the sword.
We don't know his name. We don't know his father's name.
That's right. I didn't engrave it on the sword. They don't know who I am.
Shit.
They're like, they're sword carrier, son of his father.
Hi, I'm, according to my sword, I'm son of dad.
So I've been slowly moving my living room to across state line for no reason. And I brought my orc,
Kentucky.
And I guess there was a turnover accident, and I'll get into that story in a second. But I came in
I didn't have much happen, but I was there for a big accident. What the fuck is wrong with you? I intimidated an Amish man and brought my orc armor into a fucking car accident. What's wrong with you?
His shield was off because his hand popped off, and then his head popped off. So I brought in this corpse of an orc and just kind of laid him against the wall. And then, yeah, so my fiance was like, you need any help? I'm like, he's fine. He's fine. It was just a rollover accident. Here's this corpse.
Sure.
Yeah, the mannequin's all...
And nothing happened to you.
Well, here's what happened, is that there was this dancing vulture in the road, and I swear to God, there was a dead thing, and I just saw this big bird, and he was like gallivanting, like he was bopping his head, and I realized he was doing a dance towards his food, and I don't know if it's like what vultures have to do to get to their food.
Sure.
But he was like frolicking over, like, yeah, looks like dinner's on the plate, or, you know, not a plate, but a road. So I don't know. That distracted me, but a storm was chasing me. You ever seen Godzilla 2?
No.
Okay, King of the Monsters?
No.
Well, Monster Zero...
You married his daughter.
Monster Zero has a cloud of storm that surrounds him. And that's what's happening. For 2 hours, it just followed me all the way from Ohio to Kentucky. So I was bringing the storm. And on that journey,
Stormbringer.
I had...
Wow.
There was this dead animal, and I'm like, maybe I did that. And the vultures were like, hey, here comes Kingston. He's bringing the crops.
Now, what I thought you were going to
filth
say...
and death, and I had the dead body, and
I thought
it was a whole thing.
I thought you were going to tie the orc into the vulture and say that the vulture said meat's back on the menu, boys.
Well, yeah, because That's
what I thought.
No, I kept getting banged by the wind because I had the trailer, and I kept getting smashed by the wind, so I was all over the road. And then there was the death, and then the storm, and the rollover, and the corpse orc. And, and then I yelled at Amish people. It's a pretty good day.
Well, good.
What'd you do?
I went to the dentist.
Oh. Did you pick a fight with him?
I'm so fucking bummed. I have to do so much dental work.
Yeah, I know we've been over this, but am I allowed to ask the cost? And are you going to give the generic answer? Oh, you don't want to know.
No.
Oh, you don't want to know.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, that's good.
It wasn't that bad. So here's the thing. I went to the dentist today. I'm going to the dentist again on Monday, and I'm going to the dentist again on Thursday.
Are they going to pull out one of your teeth so you're wise?
Oh, they're yanking one of those bad boys out.
Nice.
Not a wisdom tooth either. No, I have a broken tooth that they gotta pull, and then will be replaced later with a fake tooth.
Oh, they're gonna put one in there. Why don't you just let one grow in like me?
Yeah, that's not a thing that happens.
Then you'll be a sexual tyrannosaur, just like me.
Roar. But no. So my wife's job did this dumb thing with their insurance where it's like
where they kicked you off of
No, I'm on it. But no, here's the thing. It switches over.
Just your name they kicked off.
It switches over in the middle of the year instead of at the beginning of the year. So we have $1,000 worth of dental that we can spend before July 1st. So obviously that's dating when we're recording this, but so now I have to get this shit done before it switches over and we get another $1,000 to spend on my mouth.
Nice.
Yeah, it's stupid. But that means I have to go get a thing on Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. and then I also have to go get a tooth pulled on Thursday, and I am so fucking stressed about it.
Oof.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate the dentist. I just had
to buy private insurance, and it doesn't have dental, so I'm just hoping for the best in my mouth.
It's a real fucking scam that someone decided, well, this is covers for your health, but your mouth's not part of it. Fuck you.
Or my eyes.
Or your eyes. Of course your fucking teeth are...
Oh, man.
I hate this fucking country.
I didn't think... I didn't think about anything till I realized there was a lapse, or I'm like, I don't have health insurance, and I just bought a nail gun, and I was literally shooting the nails into the boards going I've always wanted one of these, and this is the worst time to have it because I just lost my insurance. And every shot with that nail gun, you know what? A nail gun is way more terrifying than a real gun. If someone points a nail gun at you, you're like, Jesus Christ, please don't let it shoot.
Because anyone who knows anything about nail guns
you gotta press it.
Knows, you have to pull the thing back in order to shoot it.
But I would.
But you'd have to hold it back.
Oh, no, I have a zip tie on it.
Oh, that's stupid.
It says Zach.
You're stupid.
No, it's for you.
Yeah. Oh, even worse.
But yeah, because every now and again, when you're kind of jostling around, you think you're going to lean on it and it's just going to fire into your knee. Because a gun, you have a gun for a situation most of the time. Or, I'm sorry, you should have a gun for a situation. Nail gun, you just have it out. It's just out there for work.
I don't know what country you think you live in, but
no, that's what I'm saying. You should.
Guns everywhere.
You should have a gun somewhere for safety or something.
No, you shouldn't.
But
no one should.
No, I have guns here all the time.
I'm aware.
I just hide them. And nail guns. That's why the compressor kicks on randomly, so it's ready.
Hang on, let me grab Excalibur. I carve you up.
First off, I'm gonna get concealed carry.
Why?
And just come here.
Hey, guess what?
But I'm gonna.
There's no need for any concealed carry in Ohio anymore.
Oh, is that not a thing? Well, I live in Kentucky now.
Yeah, that's because you're a bitch.
So, but I'm gonna bring a nail gun. So when it's time to shoot, I go, Zach, rev up that compressor.
I don't have a compressor.
I'll bring that. Don't worry.
You're going to get me a compressor?
We'll have one in every room just in case.
We should go to Harbor Freight.
With hoses everywhere. No, I have 5 compressors.
It's not enough. I got more rooms than that.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
What do you fucking think
and
this
then I got to
is?
think of my house. Oh, we got to go to Harbor Freight and get some cheap compressors.
Dude, I just want to buy some cheap shit at Harbor Freight. That's all.
You can just come to my house and buy stuff from me.
I don't want to give you money
stuff.
ever.
I've been robbing Harbor Freight with their nail gun.
No, I'm going to get money from you today. That's my plan.
What?
Yeah.
I spent it all.
No, you owe me money now.
On materials.
I'm going to tell you later why you owe me money.
Jesus.
It's related to this podcast.
Oh, has it been a year?
Yeah.
I was literally thinking, I'm like, I wonder if it was 2 years, and that's why I don't owe him any
No,
money.
you owe me money. I paid it.
Fuck. All right. Well, I can sell these Rammstein tickets that just came in.
Oh, they came!
I got them. You know when the concert was updated? Do you know when it is?
Next week?
Sunday.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I got no notification of this. I got the tickets, super excited. It said 2022. I'm like, all right. Well, they redeemed themselves. Open it up. It's like the 26th. I'm like, well, that's right now.
Well, that's in like 3 days.
I can't
do that.
Possibly. I can't even sell them. I really can't.
I can't fly to London.
I'm just gonna send them in the mail to the stadium. It just with a kiss like on it, like with with lipstick kiss that says thanks for all the memories.
There'll be a potato.
There'll be a potato in there.
God, that's really perfect.
So there is. Remember the story about the old potatoes that I cooked up? Well, there were still 2 in the fridge.
Oh Jesus!
There is a fucking root growing up and trying to get out the shelf. I opened it up and went, holy shit! And I realized it's that anonymous potato. They're like, we're just trying to reach you. Like, there's going to be a little mouth at the end. Hey, don't forget about us.
Hey, we thought you might want to send another potato.
I swear to God, I got a text from him, and it said, I guess we're bothering you. That's how it started. It says, Dear Chris, I guess we're bothering you. And then it says, like, if you would like another blah, 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 or hit stop for this message. And I was like, stop. But then I got another message, and it said, we're happy to be of service of you again. I'm like, oh, my God, they don't go away. This anonymous potato is fucking, it's
no, that
coming to get me.
That is a company that was created by and is run by incels.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, I'm a good company. You know, hot girls like you should like a good company like me.
What's an incel? Is that a hot girl?
No, they're like the shitty guys who are like involuntarily celibate, and they are just like the shitty neckbeards who like think that because they're a good guy, these girls should want to fuck them, even though they're actual assholes. Like it's awful. They're awful.
So it's us.
No, we have lovely wives.
My wife. Sorry, we haven't done that in a while.
We also haven't talked about how the Abomination doesn't have a penis in a while. So
I was thinking about that the other day,
important.
though, with his gills, with his stupid gill fin ears. Dumb.
Yeah.
You know what else I was thinking about the other day?
I would love to know.
I don't like that there's questions that will never be answered, like ever.
I mean,
No,
they'll be answered. It just might be wrong.
No, I'm just saying, like, I have no idea how many birds die mid-flight
40
annually.
40.
Like, I will never, no one will ever
I'm telling
fucking
you,
know
it's 40.
that answer. And also, you get into that gray area, like, what, like, define flight. Like, what if it jumps out of a tree? Like, what if it falls out of a tree and it's, like, midair? Like, does that count? Like, it wasn't really in flight. What if it put its wings out but didn't leave the branch and then died? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. And that's not...
Look, I gave you an answer.
That's the mystery of life in a negative way.
Okay.
I just don't like big thoughts like that.
That's not a big thought at all. That's the littlest thought you could come up with.
No, that's just an example. Like, you could use it with anything. You could use it with any animal doing anything.
Oh, man, you'll never know how many shoes get polished in an hour.
No, I know.
Fucking care?
No
one
couldn't
cares.
even start that counting. Like, you wouldn't have time, literally.
As one. Polished.
See?
Shiny. Oh, yeah, it started.
If
no,
everyone,
does that count?
If everyone,
it's a partial polish. Do we count it?
Let's just say that everyone is watching every single bear, and they're like, all right, we're going to count how many bears drown. You don't know if there's secret bears in caves that are drowning. Like, if everyone had a phone, like, hey, I got this bear. Okay, everyone's ready. We're going to start counting. And then all of a sudden you have bad reception. You could never catch up. You know what I'm saying?
How dare you put that thought out into the world that secret bears exist? Secret bears?
They're not a
like it's a dog,
not
like it's a bear walking around in a dog suit. So you're like, oh, look at that
also,
fluffy dog, and
there's
he's like, ha ha ha. But secretly, I love salmon.
What about like when animals cross species and then they're like evolving, they're like mid-evolute, and
Nope.
I don't know. These are big thoughts, though.
I feel like you are trying to explain the big thoughts from The Amazing Spider-Man. Like that's the level of big thoughts you're giving me right now.
I don't think that I can explain correctly what I'm thinking.
You're right.
Like, I
just heard you try. You're right.
I just want everyone to know that like there's always going to be mysteries, I guess.
Like Unsolved Mysteries, the TV show.
Okay. Speaking of mysteries, we did a movie this week.
Hey, we did. We're a podcast about movies, not just kingly nature and iron prices and Amish intimidation and
iron prices.
Yeah.
I didn't pay the iron price.
That's
I paid
right.
the gold
That's
price.
right, you coward. You paid the paper price.
Oh, God. It's fucking hot.
This one deals in paper, son.
Okay, 1992.
Tread lightly, son. This one deals in paper.
A Few Good Men, starring Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. Nope.
Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Bacon, Demi Moore, Kevin Pollak.
I love Kevin Pollak.
Directed by Rob Reiner and written by the fantastic Aaron Sorkin.
This was a onstage production? It was a play?
This was a play.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
I would love to see it. I recently saw the Aaron Sorkin adaptation of To Kill a Mockingbird, and it was so fucking good.
You said you saw it?
Yeah.
Saw it?
Yeah.
Where at?
The Aronoff. It was wonderful. I bought tickets for my wife for her birthday, and we went, and we had a lovely time.
As the cat would say, perfect.
And we snuck in some Reese's Pieces, and we ate them during the play, like children would.
Yep. That's how you do.
That's how we do.
That's how you kill that mockingbird. What else was I gonna say?
You were gonna give a little synopsis.
Oh, okay. Okay. A slick young Navy lawyer is assigned to investigate a murder case in which 2 Marines killed a fellow enlisted man, and no one is talking. Now, it's very obvious. Perfect casting yet again. This is right after Top Gun?
I don't know. It's 92, I believe.
Was Top Gun 90 or 91?
I don't know, because I
think it was 91.
Don't know that I've ever fully seen Top Gun.
He looks pretty, like, I think it was...
He looks really young in this. Like, It's good casting for, like, you know.
How'd you feel about the All-American baseball demeanor? Was that intentional for a reason that I didn't catch? Was it because, like, of Cuba? I think... Was it because they were in Cuba?
No, so Aaron Sorkin writes a lot of characters that...
Because they have like the lucky bat thing, and he's obsessed with baseball.
Yeah, Aaron Sorkin writes a lot of characters that are like that talk sports. You know, if you watch The West Wing, there are a lot of sports metaphors, and it's kind of his. It's kind of part of his like style. You know.
Okay.
So I think like him being like a softball guy, I think that was a way of him being like, yeah, he's just a regular guy.
His mind is
he
elsewhere.
Cares about this and blah, blah. Like, I think that's his like shorthand for, that type of character, which I think works really well. Even though like looking at it through like the lens of like modern day Tom Cruise, I could not imagine a person who I would like expect to play baseball less than Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like he would get it for some reason.
It's not enough. It's not enough energy.
It doesn't seem right.
It's too passive.
Yeah.
Know what I really enjoyed about this?
The movie?
They kind of had a will they, won't they, but they just let it go. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah, they never say, like, if they get together or not. Like, it doesn't matter.
I enjoyed it.
That's not what it's about.
And one of my notes was, how do you think that end of that quote-unquote date went with all that fish and beer?
Yeah.
I couldn't help but notice she had that giant stein in front of her. I'm like, ooh. I wonder if there was a kiss goodnight. If there was, Jesus.
Yep.
That'd be very bloated.
So was this your first time watching this movie?
Second time.
Second time, yeah, because I've been trying to get you to watch it for 5 years.
Yeah, no, I watched it 2 years ago.
Since the first time I saw it, I've been trying to get you to watch it.
Here's the thing: I didn't think I wouldn't like this movie.
Yeah.
And then after watching it, I'm like, oh no, it's as good as I thought it was going to be. But also, it's just one of those movies where like so much time has passed where I should have watched it.
Yeah,
it was like
that's kind of
it was
how I
like
was
Die
too.
Hard. When I watched it, I was like, yeah, this is pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to be. Now watching it the second time, I'm like, nah, okay, I like it more.
Yeah.
Same thing with Die Hard. I'm like, it took me a second, then I'm like, Die Hard's pretty good.
Okay, I do have one really important question
But mainly because of Hans Gruber. If they didn't have Alan Rickman, I probably wouldn't like it as much. I just love those German
But that's
villains.
part of how he's what's so good about that movie is it's such a perfect villain, you know? And I think it's a similar thing with this movie is Nicholson is so good.
Man, you know who else impressed me? And I'm just not as big
Kiefer
as
Sutherland?
Yeah, just so robotic.
He seems so evil.
Yeah, I know. Like he, way more than Jack Nicholson. Like because it seems like he would do anything. Where Jack Nicholson, it seems like you kind of have an understanding. Like, oh, he's been around for long enough.
Yeah.
He went through Vietnam. Like I don't know. He's jaded because he kind of has to be being a colonel. But Kiefer, you're just like you're a prick.
Yeah,
like you're just a. You're
Did you order the code red? No, I did not.
No,
like,
just the comment about those two books by my bedside.
Yeah.
It's the military one and then the Bible, and you're like, fuck
the King James
you.
Bible. Oh God, he's such an asshole. So I do have a question for you that I think only has one proper response.
Fuck yeah.
Did you order the code red? Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
You're goddamn right.
I don't know the movie. I don't know the movie.
Love him so much.
I don't know the movie well enough, but no. Every time he's on screen, I do. No, my favorite part is when he turns around and he goes, "But you need to ask politely.
You need to ask me nicely."
Oh my god,
Oh.
it's so good.
I love when Demi Moore throws it back in his face later.
And I can't say it out loud, but when he says that effity white outfit, I'm like, oh my god, it's so aggressive.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess I didn't catch that Tom Cruise was testing him afterwards.
Yeah, but he does it in such like a great casual way, like, oh hey, can I just pick up that transfer request?
And it's interesting because. It's interesting to a person like that because he's just putting out feelers because that's just naturally what he does. Not for any particular reason at that moment. He's just getting a feel of
He just wanted to test. He just wanted to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting that he's always kind of planning devices on people just to see how they respond.
Yeah. So who is that later who questions that, who mentions that, hey, what'd you ask for? That's Kevin Pollak,
Demi.
right?
No, Demi.
Okay. I thought it was Kevin Pollak.
No, because that's when he's talking to... No, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's Demi Moore, though.
What do you think about the score in this movie?
No, because she's the one that registered it, that he did that.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. When she's pushing him, when he's like thinking about like giving up, basically, and she's like, "Why'd you ask for it? Why'd you do it?" And he's like, because it's like something felt off.
I couldn't remember if it was when he was. It wasn't when he was drunk, because that's when he goes on his tirade and he's really mad. And then they do that weird cut to when he's in the rain talking to her. So I'm like, no, when was it that she did that? And I think it was before he was drunk.
I think you're right.
But also, I love that you couldn't get away with that now, where he's drunk and then drives to catch up with her. Because when she's walking in the rain, I'm like, well, I know he catches up with her, but I'm like, I wonder if Kevin's driving, and all of a sudden you're like, no, that's right, because you were allowed to do this shit without everyone frowning upon you.
Yeah. So I think that this movie might be the backstory for Tom Cruise's character in Edge of Tomorrow.
Sure, I don't remember that movie enough. It's him. I don't remember.
I mean, his name was Cage.
Oh, so, yeah, he's like the news reporter. He's like a private.
He's the military
press
PR guy.
But yeah, he's in, but he's out. Yeah, okay.
He's in, but he doesn't really follow the rule. But it's just like Tom Cruise in this movie.
Yeah, you're right.
I was like, oh man, this is really like a great predecessor for that.
I will say, and I know what they were going for, and I can't remember one of the soldiers that's in under investigation. But when he goes, "Are you not going to salute me?" and he stands up like he's going to salute and puts his hands in his pocket. I love that scene. I don't know if that's what the character would really do, because it seemed like he was so brainwashed that he probably would still salute, just passive aggressively. I love that he did.
Yeah, that he's showing like the complete disrespect for this like coward or what, like the whole like military code thing is like wild, and like I think they even call it out in the movie when early on when Demi Moore's talking about like the Marines in Guantanamo are fanatics, and he goes, about what? And she says, about being Marines, which is like, yeah, they are, man. They really are. Man, what a good movie.
Sorry, I was reading my note for a second.
Hey, read that note.
In the beginning, I love that Demi Moore. Is it Demi or Demi?
I've heard it both ways, but I don't know what's
I love
actually
that she's
right.
not picking up the hint. And the second time, he's like, you want a coffee? She goes, no, I'm okay. He goes, no, go get a coffee so we can talk about you when you're not. I love
Leave the room so we can talk about you behind your back.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a classic Sorkin move. That's something that like I could see like the president on The West Wing saying, or it was like that. That's classic.
Because
Sorkin.
he's kind of. It's not really a bad guy. He's just the captain, whoever the hell he was. He's just kind of a shithead, but you respect the maneuver. Yeah. So you're like, he's still likable. Matthew, I can't remember Matthew
Markinson.
Markinson. That's not the I always said the dean in Shawshank Redemption. What the warden? That's not him. What is he from then? I'm blanking.
Walsh. Let me take a look.
I kept recognizing his face, but couldn't think of what else.
I know him most from this movie.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, I guess it's not that important, but it was just one of those things I was getting stumped on. But I think he did a great job too. He's
in Sling Blade.
Okay, I've only seen that once.
A Few Good Men, Good Morning Vietnam.
It's been a while since I saw it.
Looks like he plays like military a decent amount. And he died in 98.
I mean, if you...
The Negotiator?
Nah, I only saw it once.
Pleasantville?
Didn't see it at all. If you... I like when Tom Cruise is like, you got to give it to him. He didn't just hang himself or whatever he said, take pills or whatever. He goes, he got all dressed up in his outfit and put a silver gun in his mouth. And you're like, well,
nickel-plated revolver.
You're like, well, yeah, I mean, if you're military, that's pretty much what you do. You get all dressed up. Like,
Yeah.
How would you do it? I think we've had this discussion, right?
No, I'm not going to kill myself.
Okay.
Never.
How would Aaron Sorkin kill you?
Aaron Sorkin would kill me off screen in a car crash. That like I would leave and then he would then someone would come in. Like it would be like I would be going off to like pick up my kid or something, and like I would have just like won some big personal victory, and you'd be like, oh, I think he's going to be all right. And then like 20 minutes later, like your secretary would come in and be like, my lord, he's died in a car crash. Like that's what would happen.
Why wasn't my lord? Who's telling you this?
No, you. They're telling you.
Oh, gotcha. Because I'm the Kingson.
That's right.
I feel like
my lord.
I feel like I would also die off screen, but they would be like, oh, he was terminally ill. He had cancer, and everyone's like, oh, and like, yeah, but he died in a car crash, and you're like, that's unfortunate.
He said, if this thing's gonna kill me, I'm gonna kill it too.
Remember when I used to tell you that I don't want to die in a car wreck? So if I ever do die in a car wreck, I'd crawl out and be like, it's cancer. Like, just pretend it's something else. I really don't want to die in a car wreck. I feel like that's just dumb.
I remember when you told me that you wanted to be buried in a glass coffin, pointing down at an angle so you could fly into the ground like Superman.
Ropes. And then at the last second, you cut the rope so you hear the body clunk against the glass. Yeah. I don't think it has to be that excessive. I wouldn't go with a glass coffin. I think just the body. We'll
see how much money you got when you die.
I think you could.
We'll see what you can afford.
I think you could do this like a stick in my back, like the Scarecrow. I just fucking that's actually just crucify. Just crucify me upside down, would you?
Yeah.
Drop me into the earth.
I'll take some parts of you and throw them over there.
Please. You have to do it in front of my family and everyone that loves me. It's like, I took a piece of it and throw it over there. Start throwing my body.
Hey, took another piece and threw it over there. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, do a real Ray Bolger experience. Okay.
And I will.
All right, back to the movie. Enough about mutilating my corpse. I do
love, speaking of Markinson, I love when he goes rogue and Kevin Pollak's like, the only thing, like anyone could be Markinson. He's gone. And Tom Cruise goes, are you Markinson? He goes, no. And he goes, well, I'm not. That makes two. Okay. Like, I thought that was really funny.
Every single movie where Kevin Pollak is on screen,
he's so
I just wait
good.
For him to talk. I'm like, it's going to be a nice little quiz.
He's so fucking good, man. I love Kevin Pollak so much.
I only ever knew him from Grumpy Old Men.
What?
Grumpier Old Men when I was little. Like,
wow.
That's how I knew him, was the son in that. And then I saw Usual Suspects, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's such a badass in that. Like, it's so strange seeing that change in character. And now I'm like, just every time he's in a movie.
So he's on he's on in the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is a show on Amazon. It's really good.
I've heard good things.
but like he plays like her ex-husband's father, and he is so fucking funny and so great. Like every scene he's in, it just like he raises it. Like, yeah, so good.
So I'm gonna ask you something controversial. Was Jack Nicholson right?
You're goddamn right he was.
No, I mean like that you should toughen him up, like in the
No,
like, in a
of course
hardcore,
not.
in a hardcore Marine Corps kind of way. Like, should you just like be tougher on the person? Be like, no, you can't just have this fucking health issue. You just have to man up.
No, of course not. Of course he's not right. He's awful. And the whole idea is that it's this like barbaric tradition that like leads to this kid dying.
I mean, like, besides the whole brainwashing thing, like in the military, isn't that what they're supposed to be doing? Is being cruel to humans? Isn't that what it is?
No,
like,
that's what they do. It's not what they're supposed to do. It's what they do. Like,
okay.
Here's the thing. I don't think that we should have a military like that.
At all? Well, you think it's just
should
me
be
and you
small.
with rifles? You don't even allow guns. We'd be out there with nail guns.
I have Excalibur, sir.
You'd have my compressor, and I'd be running around with a zip tie on my nail gun.
Yeah, and you'd have the compressor on a little red wagon behind you.
No, it's on your back. You're running around like Hodor.
Like a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, like a Ghostbuster.
Anywho, no, but I feel like,
only instead of the trap that catches them, it's just a bear trap we throw at them. Like, quick, get him in the trap. Throw it on his back. Like, ow, God.
No, but like pre-World War II, we had a much smaller military. Like having a very small military is what we should be doing.
That's still a military, you dummy.
No, but it's not the same. Like we
because they had single shot rifles.
Our
with
military
muzzles.
No. With muzzles? All rifles have muzzles. Shut up.
No, I mean like a muzzler. What's that? Hang on, what am I thinking?
I'm going to let you find
What's
this.
the stick with the cotton?
You're just jerking off a ghost right now. That's all you're doing.
What's the stick that you shove down in there to wedge it in? You know what I'm talking about? The stuffer.
Like a breadstick?
God, I wouldn't be able to go to war. I'd be so hungry. I just I would just kind of lie down like, well, if we're not gonna eat, just tell them to kill me. Like, fuck this.
I'm dead already. Too hungry.
I would not be good in the military.
No,
back to your point about not needing a military. Keep going on. I do agree that we need these people because I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not.
We're at like the level of like military that we were during World War II, which we don't need to be in peacetime. It's just insane.
I mean, I don't really know how anything works, so I'm not going to critique.
No, you don't.
I'm not going to critique other people.
So,
what were you saying?
I was saying I love this movie.
No, I'm saying I think we need a big military.
No, we're not going down this road.
No, I think we need like battleships.
No,
I think we should
don't.
You know what it is?
No.
I think we need more yachts.
No, what I think we need more of...
If we partied more and just had more fun just out there in the ocean, we wouldn't need the military. We'd all be happier.
We don't
So we need more yachts. I think we take the money that we invested in the military, don't have the big army, like I just said, and had a big yacht party. And we could sink the yachts and most of the people are dead.
Yeah, we'll make like an artificial reef.
Once they're happy, they'll be like, oh, you're so happy. We can't nowhere to go but down.
Yeah.
And kill them.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do.
Thank you.
I'm with you. I support you, and I will vote for you in the next election.
I like to bring the storm, if you know what I'm talking about. I bring it statewide.
Statewide, I bring it. I like to bring the storm. I bring it statewide. What?
It's the new Kid Rock song I'm working on.
Oh, man, he was in Snake Eyes.
Yeah, that's right. That fucking guy. They changed wigs. Oh, brother.
I've been shot.
So I realized that everyone has parodied the ending when they're just doing the fast talking.
Yeah.
That's all that lawyers do. But yeah. I never realized that I was watching so many parodies over time.
Yeah, this is one of those movies that's like you really don't get like the impact, the cultural impact of it until you see it and you're like, oh shit, every TV show has done this and like
the slow anticipation, the build up. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
But I could never be a lawyer. I would get so sidetracked and forget, like, because like it's all about the strength of your argument and picking key times to say things and what information to say and whatnot. I just talk. I'm just talking and some shit sticks. Where it's like, I feel like I would just constantly look at the jury and be like, well, fine, fucking believe him, believe me, believe them. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care.
Look,
like, do it.
Believe it or not, this is not a revelation from a person who has not only listened to you talk into a microphone for, I don't know,
5 seasons,
70 hours, but has also been friends with you for nearly 20 years.
What, that I don't care if people...
No, that you can't be a lawyer. I know you can't be a lawyer.
See, this is the doctor thing all over again. I just think there's 2 things I can't ever really do. And one's the doctor, and then one's the lawyer. I think that's it. I think I could be a mathematician.
One is marry the king himself.
I can be the scientistician.
Scientifician.
I could be a scientonographer. I could study the phonograph. I'd be like, hey, there it is.
Study the phonograph.
I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. I can study it. Like, it doesn't matter at all. Like, the sun, boom, telescope.
Studied. Got him. Studied.
I guess you shouldn't use the telescope to look at the sun.
No. You've sorted it out.
I think if there's any way, could you put a lens on a telescope? Like, I mean, like, to dumb down how bright it is.
To dumb it down?
No, I mean, so you can look at the sun. How do you study a light bulb, actually? Like, if it's so bright that it's dangerous to look into, how do they know what's in there? I'm gonna ask the hard-hitting questions these lifetime politicians won't. Like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of the big questions, these big thoughts that I have. Like, how do you look at the sun? It's fucking crazy. No one's ever answered that.
So many people have answered it and done it.
Well, then why do they tell us not to?
You don't look it with your bare eyes. That's it.
Is that I got human eyes? Is that I got human eyes? Fucking stay on topic, please. Seriously, is it sunglasses? Is that how you do it?
Yes.
Why do they keep telling us not to look at the sun, but then they can study it? They're trying to get a head start.
On what?
Studying, understanding it, like where it's going, where it's coming from.
Oh.
How old is it? Like, you got to cut it in half, count the rings of Saturn.
I don't know what you're.
I'm just saying that
blathering about.
I'm just saying that if you give me enough time, I will figure it out.
Okay, here's a question that no one's ever answered.
You're looking at me funny.
What do you think about that judge without wearing a robe?
What the fuck was that about?
It's military.
I was gonna say, yeah, but he doesn't have any.
Uniform.
You don't have an alteration.
No, he just wears his like dress uniform.
Well, and when they're going back and forth, he goes, "This is how you handle your courtroom." And he goes, "You need to treat me with respect." I'm like, well, he doesn't know who you are.
I know I've heard. That's a great exchange.
But also, yeah, like, I didn't know who you were. If you were sitting slightly to the left, I'd assume you weren't the judge.
So I love. Okay.
I think you're just filling in for the judge.
I love the like, prepping for the case. I love all of that stuff, the like investigation that they're doing. I think that stuff is really interesting and really cool. But like, the heart of this movie is that courtroom. It's the trial. It's all so good.
I forgot how much of this movie was in there.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
a lot.
courtroom.
It's
and
a
also,
lot.
I mean, it makes sense looking at what it is. For some reason, I thought it was just the end. Like, the end, that big scene at the end was the court.
Yeah, that you can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
And I couldn't. I think you couldn't, because I totally understood Jack Nicholson's side. I'm like, no, I get it.
You're goddamn right you do.
I just think that, hell, he's on an island somewhere. It's not even, United States jurisdiction.
Yes, it is. It's a military base.
Well, it's not even, they don't even have rights there. So I don't know what I'm getting at. I haven't had time to study it. I really don't even know where it is.
It's in Cuba.
South. I genuinely don't know. I think that's by Florida.
It's 90 miles south is where it is.
Oh. If you were given infinite time with no phone and no maps, how long would it take you to find Cuba? Like right now, if I did unlimited gas money, how long do you think it would take you? 3 years?
No.
You don't have a map. You don't have a phone.
I don't need a map.
You just know where Cuba is?
Yes, it's 90 miles south of Florida.
How are you going to get there?
75 south.
No.
Yeah.
It takes you all the way there?
Yes, it does.
I don't believe this. Oh. Give me your phone.
Hop in your car. No phone. No phone.
I'm sending you on a mission. When you come back, I'm going to time you on your phone. Where's the charger?
I don't even have a phone.
What?
I do. I lied.
Oh.
It was a trick. I tricked you.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm a little trickster.
Well, do you want to work on half of these? You want to work on half of these tropes?
Half? Sure.
Yeah. All right, you go with the first one.
Okay.
This?
Number 1, 4 sides to the story. What do you say?
I'm not giving it 4.
Okay, well, ask me.
I don't really know, because this isn't really a Rashomon.
Ask me what I think.
No.
Ask me if...
All right, what do you think? What?
If you ask me, are there 4 sides of this story? And I say, you're goddamn right there are!
Yeah.
You want to know what the sides are?
Yeah, go ahead.
The sides of the story are Kendrick, that's Kiefer Sutherland, Dawson, Downey, that's the 2 Marines on trial, and Jessup, that's Nicholson.
Yeah.
That's 4 sides.
It's not 4. It's not really 4 because they were a tag team.
Nope, it's 4 because Downey wasn't with him in the room when Kendrick gave the order.
It just seems so weak. It seems so weak, but I guess technically I'll give it to him because it's still weak.
Hey.
Weak as shit. No. Yeah, I'll give it to it. Fuck it.
Was there a tragedy?
I mean, he died. Dude died. Dude dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're goddamn right.
Thank you.
Okay.
God.
I don't want to do it as much.
I want you to say it every time there's a yes.
No, it's just okay. Okay.
Look,
and I wish I want to drop the F-bomb I'm not allowed to.
Here's the thing.
Because I like that line so much.
Here's the thing. Deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on this mic. You need me on this mic.
I just think he won me over in that last speech. I'm like, okay. I'm like, let him go. Let him back to work. And you know what the saddest part is? They did. You
sleep under the blanket of freedoms that I provide. I'd rather you just said thank you.
Yeah. They said he was about to get promoted to something, right?
He was about to be appointed director of the National Security Council or something like that.
He still will.
I don't think so. He's going to jail. He's going to jail.
No.
Yep.
He's going to fucking military jail, which is just Promotion Town.
Promotion Town.
Yeah, I read it in a book.
All right.
It's called Promotion Town.
So I think that
starring Jack Nicholson.
I like the back and forth about respect. You'll call me Colonel or Sir. I believe I've earned it. And it reminded me a lot of the Last Duel.
Yeah, exactly.
The Last Duel, Sir, Sir.
And then he still calls him by his name, or the Duke.
Yep. All right, John.
Yeah.
It's oh man, blonde.
Because as he's arguing about rank, he then keeps calling him Matthew. You're like, God, dude.
Oh yeah,
so dick.
But that's intentional. That's highly intentional. That he's reminding him that I am your. When he's like, I'm your superior officer to Kendrick, and he says, and I'm yours, Matthew. It's like, oh man. Ugh. What a good movie.
Dick move.
So well crafted.
All right, telling a story.
They are telling a story. It's not to pass the time. It's just an investigation. I say no.
I say yeah. Only
You're goddamn wrong. It isn't.
They're telling a story to pass time because they're trying to get out of the courtroom. So Jack Nicholson is telling a story, and then what's his name? Kiefer is telling a story because they're just trying to buy the time to get out of court. I give it a yes, get on a technicality.
Yeah, I don't. I still say no.
Got you. I can see how that's weak, but still, first one was weak. You're weak. Man.
You're goddamn right. I am.
Pappas.
Yeah. Nicholson's the Pappas. Yes. He's a fucking wild card.
That fucking stogie. I like that once you reach a certain rank in the military, you have to smoke a cigar and you sit down
legally. Required to, and to drop F-bombs.
Yeah.
I forgot about that line, and I was like, oh god, yeah, I forgot. This is
that's meaningful.
So 90s.
Like, Jesus, he really knocked him down.
Brutal.
Yeah. Unsolved mystery.
The TV show.
No.
Yes.
No, because it wasn't unsolved. We knew the answer.
I gotta remind you again. Every week we talk about this. We called it Unsolved Mysteries, like the TV show, because that's what you wanted to call the trope. But really, it just means that there is a mystery. That's what it means.
Well, it wasn't a mystery. We knew the whole time.
It was a mystery because we didn't know what happened.
We did know. We fucking knew that Jack did it. We knew Jack did it.
We didn't know how Santiago died.
Asphyxiation.
That's not even right.
Yeah. Couldn't breathe.
It was lactic acidosis.
Yeah, because
you don't even know.
You're
not an expert. I strenuously object to that.
I can't breathe through this poison.
There was no poison.
That's what not having air is.
It's a mystery.
It's a poison to the soul.
That is a little mystery there. You're goddamn right it is.
God damn it. All right. What else? Do you have anything else to say about this movie in general? Or do you want to keep going
probably.
with the tropes? Do you want to keep going with the tropes?
So
Sir,
I do love...
You're goddamn right you do. That was me. I know we sound very similar.
So I love that this whole movie is about like perspective and like the way that like
what about guys in white suits? Not. I love that they were like, he's like, wear your white suit.
Yeah,
and he
that's
goes, we gotta get you them white suits. You might get sniped.
Yeah. No, I mean like I love the way that like
you might get assassinated for wearing a white suit.
I love the way that Caffey is like it's all about. He makes the point of like. It's not about what's true. It's not about what I know. It's about what I can prove in court.
I fucking hate that.
I think it's really interesting.
I don't like the behind the scenes of lawyers when they can give each other the information. I'm like, that seems not correct.
And you're like, I know that, but I can't prove it, so it doesn't matter.
It's really just whoever can argue better is the right one, and that's such crap. Don't enjoy it. I don't want to know. I'll just find out when I inevitably get sued or get harassed enough.
Yes.
Once I've harassed enough people and they sue me, then I'll know.
Well, I'll be number one.
You're not going to sue me.
I'll sue the shit out of you. Just for funsies.
Oh. What are you gonna sue me for?
Funsies, I told you.
My bullets? My nails?
Yeah.
Take away his nails.
All right, here comes your favorite.
And then I'll have to be your butler. Because he's my butler.
Yeah, and my friend Elaine can't have sex with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Number 6.
What? Oh, I forgot what we were doing.
Ghost husband.
Oh, Ghost Dad, yeah. Because his dad's dead.
No.
And he could be anywhere.
No.
In the sun. We wouldn't know. We can't see it.
It's not actually Ghost Dad.
You know what? You know what I thought I had when I was a child?
I would love to know.
Is that heaven was in the sun because we can never get in there. And then heaven is all about being like really well lit and the sun is well lit. So heaven is inside the sun where his father is the Ghost Dad. Boom! A mic drop.
In the movie Ghost Dad starring Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby is not in fact dead or an actual ghost at all.
Oh, then what's it about?
He's in a coma, and his spirit leaves his body.
Jesus.
Yeah. He's not dead at all.
I don't like that.
Right?
I don't want to watch it, nor will I.
Look, no, neither will I. But yeah, Ghost Husband, the dead man's perspective, it's Santiago's letters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works too.
So it works. Yeah, because the other one doesn't actually work.
The heaven and the sun?
It's not dad, it's husband.
And the Holy Spirit?
Okay. Okay. Infidelity. I didn't.
I don't know.
There's no sex in this movie.
I don't know, man.
It's a sexless
Demi was
movie.
eating that fish pretty hardcore. She was kind of cheating on Tom right in front of him.
They weren't dating.
Man, who eats fucking crab legs with a knife? That was weird. With a butter knife.
There was a big hammer.
No, she was
she was prying them open too.
But she was taking the hammer, hitting the edge of her knife to break it in half. I've never seen it done like that. And then she was taking the knife to scoop it out. I've never seen that.
You know, she is known.
And then she had a big old beard.
She is known in Hollywood as like the crab queen. Like she knows all about the crabs. She does it all.
Was she married to Bruce Willis?
Yes.
And then she married Ashton?
Yes.
Now who's she married to?
I don't know.
That crab? Finally locked it down? How did you feel about her in this movie?
I thought she was great.
I think she was definitely believable as her character. I wish they would have gone on. Well, no, I take it back. Kevin kind of ripped her about the doctor when she kept trying to overrule the judge.
Oh, I strenuously object.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Making fun of her.
Yeah,
because I thought that Tom Cruise was going to be like, I literally said, "Don't lose your patience." I thought he was going to be the one that goes off, and I guess he was soft on her to show that he was getting used to her.
Yeah, she was like had won him over.
Yeah,
yeah. I loved also like the whole thing. Like, so Kevin Pollak is like Lieutenant Weinberg, and I love when Nicholson's on the stand and he clearly throws like an anti-Semitic remark at him because he's like,
doctor.
Who's gonna stay on that wall? You, Lieutenant Weinberg. Like he hits his name so hard, and you're like, God damn. Like, it's clear. Oh, the guy that dropped like a homophobic slur earlier is definitely like.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's so the audience doesn't like him though. That's intentional.
Yeah, of course. I know. I'm talking about how that was good, how that was done well.
Yeah, I know.
You don't know.
I fucking studied it. I was watching the movie. I saw it with my eyes.
I only studied the sun.
I had glasses on to be safe.
Tall Tale. Number 8.
Go on.
Embellishment.
I guess lying. I don't know if it's a tall tale.
So I say no. Yeah, I said no.
Yeah, you know what? I said yeah, but I'm gonna go no. I'm changing it on the spot.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough.
I think every single one of these would be yes. There's a lie.
Right, because it's someone else's perspective. But like, it wasn't different enough. I guess I don't know. Although, if I think about it, maybe the tall tale, maybe the embellishment is Kathy pretending like those crew members from Andrews Air Force Base, like, we're gonna testify something that he knew they weren't.
That was pretty great.
It's badass.
Because you're like, you wanted to see that. Like, what if? Because this whole thing is fucked. If if Jack Nicholson just doesn't
explode,
doesn't get really mad,
goaded into confessing,
then the whole thing is just fucked. But I love how he was intimidated because it makes you wonder, like, did he fly out like
no.
beforehand?
Yeah. A plane flew out. Yeah, they just couldn't prove it. Like, absolutely. Like, Markinson told him this plane flew out. That you're not going to find proof. But like, yeah, no. And I love after that big reveal and all that when Kathy's like, I want to move for an immediate section A38 or whatever. Yeah. Like, and then Nicholson's like, have I committed a crime?
Yeah, like, so confused.
I loved it. It was so good.
I love how he goes, I'm going to go back to my base. Like, it's like his home base. Like, it's like, you can't touch me there. Like, I'm going home.
I'm on base.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thought.
I'm safe.
I have a serious question for you.
Okay.
What the fuck is Small Town Girl?
Just a small town girl. They're on a journey.
Oh, that's right.
And because they go back and forth to Cuba, I say yes. I say yes.
I'm not going to count travel because you could make that anything. You could make that driving a car.
Yeah.
They're technically traveling.
Snake Eyes doesn't get it.
Huh?
We gave it to Last Duel.
There's a lot more. No, that's because the husband is gone. It's important he's gone while this happens.
It's important that this happened in Cuba.
No, I'm going no.
It's important that this happened in Cuba.
It's not a fucking journey.
Zach. Well, Demi Moore is living in her lonely world.
If there's one thing about me that you know, it's that I'm truthful, and I just.
If there's one thing that I know about time, is it's gonna tell.
And also, I'm a spiritual being. I always have been, always will be, and I go on feelings. I go on gut intuition. RESPCT.
I'd love to find out what it means to you.
I just told you, you fool.
How many did you get?
I'm 5 out of 9. Now, I don't think this is Rashomon. It doesn't seem right. How do you feel about that?
66.66666%.
See what I'm saying? Like, this
I had 7 out of 9.
Because we don't really get... I like when we can visually see the other
I like that too. I like that too, but I think this is an interesting take on it,
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. It is fine.
It's a fine thing. It's a fine grain of wheat. Fine, boy. like when your dad comes out to like check your wheat and make sure it's all groomed properly.
Your dad, the king? What are you talking about?
The peasants. I made sure the peasants did well growing the wheat. My father, the king. Okay. I wish I had a gown with a belt with a sword in it. Like,
how do you not?
But do you wear stockings underneath it? Like, what do you wear underneath it?
You do.
Is it stockings?
Yeah, or nothing.
Oh, you want me on that? So you're just naked, but you have shoes on? What do you have, sandals?
No, you wear like a dress. It's like a dress almost.
No, I know, but what kind of footwear?
Boots probably.
Is it leather boots?
Well, yeah.
I feel like you would look foolish with just boots and naked underneath.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it'd be leather
absolutely.
straps, like you're like an Egyptian.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be hot.
Okay.
Just saying. Like that's the sexiest way to do it.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay.
What are you trying to get at?
I'm lost here.
Just you trying to picture me in it?
Absolutely lost.
Oh boy.
Okay. So, what do you think about this movie? You thought it wasn't
Fine.
Rashomon-y enough?
No, yeah, like the whole time I'm like,
That's a
this is a
bummer.
good movie. But even going into it, I'm like, I don't remember them like doing the different versions of the story. I'm sorry, like showing the different versions
Yeah.
of the story.
They don't show it.
And I'm just like, oh, so watching it again, what was another one that? What's the other one we did this season that just wasn't? We decided wasn't Rashomon.
Was it
Oh,
Predestination?
Maybe.
It wasn't Knives Out. I mean,
No, not Knives Out. That's definitely one.
Knives Out's so goddamn
Oh,
good.
whatever. It doesn't matter.
I
I just don't feel that this applied.
Well, you went more than 50%, so
So what? What does that
so
mean?
it kind of feels like
Yeah, but like some of these are just like, I don't know, like tragedy. Like, yeah, most stories there's gonna be some kind of death, you know,
But not all deaths are
of
tragedies.
a salesman.
That is a tragedy.
Not every story is gonna
genre.
have a papist.
But they should.
No, that most stories have a papist some way, shape, or form. If you have Nick Cage in any movie, he's the papist.
Yeah.
No matter what he's doing.
Yeah. He is. So
So where does this movie rank to you as far as your all-time favorite? Like in top 100, it's clearly in your top 100.
Oh,
right?
this is in my top 5.
Oh, are you serious?
This is in my top 5. I love this movie.
I
love Aaron.
I don't even think this even hits my 100. This might hit my 100.
Yeah, this is in my
It
top
definitely
5.
doesn't hit top 50.
I just love Aaron Sorkin's writing like that much. I think it's so I love his dialogue. I think it's really well paced. I think it's well plotted. Like just the way everything falls together, and even like, oh, we have this triumph because we have Markinson, and then he, you know,
I just don't see watching this movie again in a 2-year run.
Here's the
I don't
thing.
think in the next 2 years I'm going to want to watch this movie again.
the first time that I saw this movie was not that long ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Our friend Sam.
I feel like you've been talking about this movie for a long fucking time.
Nope, that's exactly how long I've seen. Like our friend Sam, he had me watch it,
Like,
and
he held you down because he's bigger than you?
well, no, we were trying to do a movie podcast where we would each assign each other movies that we hadn't seen.
And how'd that go?
I never edited it,
And here I am.
and here you am.
Yeah, I'm the last horse. I was the only one who said no, so
Are
that's
you
why
saying you're a horse because you live in
was-
Kentucky now? And
I was the only candidate because I was the only one that said no, and that's how Zach won. He's like, I want that one. I want the king's son who doesn't want to.
not Adam Driver in The Last Duel.
I mean, in many ways you are. You always talk about your poison, or what was it? What did you put in there? My evil.
I got it.
Talk about your dong.
No, I don't. No, but he had
Your
me watch that
poison
movie.
dong?
And once I like when I saw it, I watched it for that show and talked about it. And I think within like 2 weeks, I had watched it 2 or 3 more times.
Oh,
Yeah, I just really like. I think it's just really, really well done. You
I
know,
just think it's neat.
I just think they're neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is top 5 probably. It might be top 10, but like I'd have to really sit down and like think about it. You know,
Is this 6 or 7?
this is 6.
Okay.
And I think it really speaks to how much I like this movie that I don't really like this director, Rob Reiner. I'm not like a.
What else
know.
has he done?
I mean, he's done. All right.
Oh, I
hang on,
thought
let
you
me
just
look.
knew off the top of your head.
I know some, but
You're
it's like movies
sometimes
that I
you're
like.
a film buff, and sometimes you're just me.
I'm never you.
Sometimes you have no idea where you are.
But he did like the reason I didn't have anything off like the top of my head is because what I do know off the top of my head is stuff that I actually liked, which is like I think despite him rather than because of him. But he did Misery. He did When Harry Met Sally. He did The Princess Bride, Stand By Me. Like there's a bunch of stuff that I really enjoy.
I've only seen Stand By Me, and I actually just watched that. Good movie.
It is good.
movie.
Yeah.
So tell me about next week, though.
So next week, here's something that I kind of realized in like looking at these movies that we've done so far. So it's very 90s heavy. 90s and 2000s, you know?
Oh, this
season. This season.
That's fine. I have no problem with that.
Well, so I'm going to give you an option.
I love the 90s, Zach.
I know you do. And I think you would live there. Like, you would do all 90s movies.
I like the idea of cell phones, but like really primitive versions.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you would be, you know, your mind would be blown by a cell phone that could play Snake.
Yeah. I love Snake.
So I'm going to give you two options. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you a movie.
Actually, Snake gives me anxiety. I don't love Snake. I like when other people play it.
I like that. That's great.
Go ahead.
Going to the dentist gives me anxiety. Oh, playing Snake gives me anxiety. Okay.
It's the anticipation.
So we are either going to watch a courtroom drama.
Oh, no, we just did one.
From 1957.
Nope. I know what that one is, and we're not doing that one.
You certainly do not.
I do.
You don't?
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I would be willing to bet you've never heard of it.
Oh, wait. No. I'm thinking of something else.
Are you thinking of like 12 Angry Men or something?
Yeah, that's definitely not 1957.
I've never seen 12 Angry Men.
Okay, what's the other option?
The other option is an animated film from 2005.
God damn it. Don't we have any other more?
We got lots more, but I don't want to do another one that's so similar to what we did already.
Oh, you said animated. I'm thinking anime.
No, not anime. It's not anime.
Thank God. All right, let's do the animated.
Okay.
What is it?
We are doing a movie called Hoodwinked.
The fuck does that mean? What's in it? It's like a box of cereal.
It's exactly. That is what it is, actually. It's a camera inside a box of cereal.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to read you the synopsis here, give you an idea. Little Red Riding Hood, the wolf, the woodsman, and Granny all tell the police the events that led up to their encounter.
This is a full feature?
Yep. Doesn't look good.
All right, Hoodwinked.
That's what we're... Oh, this looks bad.
All right, everybody, you've got to watch this with me, okay?
This looks bad.
I'm not taking one for the team this week, and I'm not going to explain it to you. You just watch it with me, and then we're just in this together.
The animation style looks like a PlayStation 1 game.
Fuck!
Like, it's worse than Shrek.
All right, I promise I'll come back, but against my will.
Yeah. Man, I'm surprised you didn't pick the 1957 one. It looked interesting.
12 Angry Men.
No.
Original.
Maybe we'll do that next week.
All right. You want to wrap this up?
I guess we can wrap it up. Yeah, so we'll watch Hoodwink next week. Everyone's going to be really excited about it. Yeah, well, thanks for listening, everybody. We're watching Hoodwink.
More energy.
Well, thanks for listening this week. Tell all your friends about us and be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what we do, you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us online at KeystoneCopycats.com. We are at Keystone Copycats on Instagram and Facebook and at Keystone Copycat on Twitter. If you got something to say, you can email us at KeystoneCopycats@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 513-239-7682. Don't forget to check out Sinclarity, A Dinosaur's Tale every Friday. And until next time, I'm going to be Zach, and he's going to be...
Boy.
All right.
Bye.